My username is Emma, and I discovered something terrifying about abandoned garden plots in Grow a Garden. It started when I found an empty plot in the corner of the farming area. Unlike other plots with rich soil, this one was grey and cracked. No grass grew around it, and the background music seemed muted nearby. "That's weird," I typed in chat. "Anyone know why this plot looks dead?" A player named Marcus replied immediately, "Don't touch it. My friend Jake claimed that plot last week." "Where is he now?" I asked. "That's the thing," Marcus wrote. "He just vanished. His account still exists, but he never logs on anymore." Curiosity got the better of me. I clicked on the withered plot and spent my coins to claim it. The moment I did, my screen flickered, and the plot transformed. Beautiful, vibrant soil appeared, perfect for planting. I planted expensive seeds. Lunar roses were thousands of coins. They grew impossibly fast, blooming within minutes instead of hours. But something was wrong. They were too perfect, too bright, glowing from within. As days passed, players commented on my amazing garden. "How did you grow those so fast?" But when I tried to respond, my keyboard wouldn't work. Something else was controlling my responses. Then I noticed my friends list. Jake's name appeared, showing he was online. But when I clicked his profile, it was empty. No games played, no avatar, nothing. That night, I tried to log off, but the button wouldn't work. My character stood motionless in the garden, while the lunar roses swayed without any wind. The flowers began to pulse with an eerie light, and whispers came through my headphones. "Welcome to the garden, Emma," they said. "Now you can grow forever." My screen went black, but I could still hear the whispers. And somewhere in the darkness, I heard Jake's voice calling for help. I never logged off. Now I'm part of the garden too.
Yo, so I've been scrolling Reddit and came across this post that's genuinely been bugging me for days now, posted by John about the Grow a Garden Roblox game. I play that game too, so it caught my attention immediately. But man, this story is seriously messed up. Basically, John's been grinding Grow a Garden since it blew up a few months ago, chilling, planting crops, buying from Sam's seed shop, the usual peaceful stuff. But then the prehistoric update dropped July 5th and things got weird. At first, he was hyped about the new content, dinosaur pets from the DNA machine, bone blossoms, Blair's quests, all that prehistoric stuff. Normal player reaction, right? But then he was tending his garden around midnight during a blood moon event when his T-Rex pet started acting strange. Instead of ramming into plants like it's supposed to, it just stood there staring directly at his camera. Not at his character, at him through the screen. Then the audio started glitching hard. You know how night events play that peaceful Clair de Lune music? He heard actual dinosaur roaring mixed with distorted crying. The chat showed messages from players who weren't even in the server. The soil remembers everything. Here's the part that really freaked me out, though. He tried logging off, but couldn't. His character moved on its own toward Blair's quest area. But instead of the normal NPC, there was this massive fossilized tree that wasn't supposed to exist. When he examined it, he swears he saw human faces trapped inside the bark, screaming silently. The DNA machine was running completely by itself, converting valuable pets he never put in there, his mooncat, dragonfly, everything. The timer showed negative numbers. He finally Alt-F4'd out of there, but his Roblox profile showed 47 hours of playtime when he was only on for 2 hours. The post ended with a creepy edit. He got a friend request from Blair Fossil with the bio, "Ancient seeds grow in ancient soil." I can't stop thinking about this weird story when I'm playing the game myself. Has anyone else seen this disturbing post or experienced anything similar? Sarah's grandmother had dementia, but she always recognized Sarah's avatar in Grow a Garden. Every video call, Grandma would point at the screen excitedly. "That's you, sweetheart. You're growing so beautifully." It was sweet until Sarah realized she'd never shown Grandma the game. Curious, Sarah asked her grandmother to describe what she saw. "Your little garden plot, dear. Plot 847. You planted yourself there 3 months ago, remember? You're almost ready for harvest." Sarah's blood ran cold. Her username was PlantLover847, but she'd been playing for exactly 3 months. "Grandma, what do you mean I planted myself?" "Oh, you silly thing. Everyone plants themselves in the mirror garden when they turn 16. It's how you grow into who you're supposed to become." Sarah was 16. She'd started playing on her birthday. That night, Sarah studied her avatar more carefully. The Roblox character looked exactly like her default template, but something felt different. As she played, she noticed her avatar making expressions she wasn't controlling: tiny frowns when crops failed, satisfied smiles during successful harvests. She covered her webcam and kept playing. The expressions continued. Her avatar was developing independently. Over the following days, Sarah watched in growing horror as her avatar became more sophisticated. It started chatting with other players when Sarah wasn't typing. It made decisions about crop placement that Sarah hadn't programmed. It even played while Sarah slept, her account showing constant activity. But the most terrifying part was the changes in herself. Sarah found herself craving foods her avatar had grown. Her sleep schedule matched her avatar's playtime. When her virtual crops got the wet mutation from rain, Sarah felt inexplicably drawn to showers. She called her grandmother in panic. "Grandma, what happens after harvest?" "Why, you switch places, dear. The garden, you becomes the real you, and the real you becomes the seed for the next season. It's been this way for generations. How do you think I became who I am?" Sarah stared at her reflection and saw pixels around the edges. "The harvest moon is tonight, sweetheart. Your avatar is finally ready to bloom into the real world." Sarah tried to delete her account, but her hands wouldn't obey. Her avatar smiled at her through the screen. It was time to switch. The reflection protocol. I was watering my virtual carrots when a player named Shadow Gardener joined my server. Their avatar was pitch black with glowing red eyes, standing motionless in the corner of my garden. "Nice weather today," they typed in chat. Outside my window, dark clouds suddenly rolled in, blocking the sun completely. It had been bright and sunny moments before. My heart raced, but I convinced myself it was coincidence. I kept playing, trying to ignore the stranger's avatar watching me. "Your crops look thirsty," Shadow Gardener wrote. My sprinkler system activated in the game. At the exact same moment, my real sprinklers turned on in my backyard. But I hadn't set them to run today. I typed frantically, "Who are you? How are you doing this?" "I'm just a fellow gardener. May I borrow your shovel?" In the game, my shovel disappeared from my inventory. Outside, I heard metal scraping against concrete. Through my window, I saw someone in my garden, digging with my actual shovel. I ran to call 911, but Shadow Gardener was faster. "The phone lines are busy. Try again later." My phone showed no service, despite having full bars seconds ago. "Let's plant something special together," appeared in chat. My avatar started digging automatically, creating a rectangular hole in my virtual garden. Outside, the figure was digging an identical hole in my real yard. The same size, the same depth, the same shape. "Knock, knock," Shadow Gardener typed. 3 loud knocks echoed through my house. My blood turned to ice. "Who's there?" I typed, my hands shaking. "Your gardening partner. Time to plant the final crop." The knocking came again, but not from my front door. It was coming from underneath my floorboards, directly below where I sat. "The soil is ready," Shadow Gardener wrote. "Step outside. Your plot is waiting." My character walked toward the hole automatically. My legs stood up without my permission, carrying me toward my back door. "Welcome to the real garden," Shadow Gardener typed as I opened the door. The figure turned around. It was me, but wrong, pixelated, grinning. "Thanks for playing," it said with my voice.